a Mexican supermarket in North Denver. Just one example of how Latinos have transformed not just the economy, but society in general. And 6 months ago it looked as though they were going to transform politics too, when they took to the streets to protest anti-immigration legislation with the slogan, "Today we march, tomorrow we vote." But will they? Denver has a large number of open seats and a large number of Hispanic voters. I wanted to find out if they were ready to deliver on their promise.
We're not as politically involved as they are today. And it was when they began to feel focused on, and perhaps misperceptions and stereotypes were taking place against them, that they decided to use their voting power to have their voices heard. And so this happened in the 90s in California, and I think historically that wave is now hitting us here in Colorado.
Marisa Vasquez is the head of Denver's Latina chamber.
Because immigration has become one of the primary topics that those who are running for election right now, and we're having an election coming up in less than a week, they've put it on their platform. Usually, if you watch television today, most of the primarily conservative advertisements are addressing anti-immigration measures.
Millions stream in over our broken border. Something needs to be done. But Ed Perlmutter supports Ted Kennedy's plan to give illegal aliens amnesty. It costs over $50 billion. Perlmutter would give illegals welfare, Social Security, even in-state tuition rates at our colleges. Ted and Ed's plan, illegal immigrants get handouts and amnesty. We get the bill. Rick O'Donnell says no handouts, no amnesty. Secure the border.
I'm Rick O'Donnell, and I approve this message.
It's big for us because it affects us. Because I'm afraid half my friends are going to get deported, and now that they're trying to pass all these anti-immigration laws, I just think it's very racist, it's mean-spirited, and it's basically a lot of fear. We're primarily like Spanish-speaking businesses, and for example, we have celebrations that are called quinceañeras, 15th birthdays. They're very elaborate, almost like a wedding. I mean, the expense, the reception. And we actually have a lot of bookings that are coming up, and there's a lot of people that are afraid to actually put money down and book a reception hall because they're afraid and they're under the perception that they're going to get deported.
But according to Dusty Garule, who runs the Latina initiative, which has been registering Hispanic voters, Latinos are starting to flex their electoral muscle.
They're estimating that there's 163,000 potential Latino voters. And actually, Colorado represents one of the state with the highest percentage of increase in potential voters.
This year has seen a raft of anti-immigration proposals that would militarize the border and criminalize undocumented workers.
Because of the bad bills, to use a very simple term, and potentially the House bill that would have made undocumented people felons, I think that really galvanized a lot of people.
While Latina activists are busy building a movement, Latino laborers are busy building the country. I went out onto the street to ask people what they thought of this sensitive, crucial issue.
Some people want to work and other people don't.
Right.
And there's a lot of the Hispanics out there that are really hard workers. And there's a lot of companies out here that take advantage of that.
Right.
And pay them real low wages and stuff, and they get away with it.
Because people are spilling over and coming up this way, building the wall. Well, it's not going to keep them out.
No?
I don't think. They'll just crawl over it.
Were your descendants immigrants?
The descendants came from northern Italy.
Right.
They want them to be papered and to have all the right credentials, and I'm sorry, but the people that founded this country weren't papered, and the people that were here got pushed to the side.
Some are angry, others are scared. The situation's confused, but three things seem clear. First, this issue is not going to go away, any more than the immigrants are. Second, that neither of the main parties has the policies to deal with it coherently. And third, that the Latino leadership is steadying itself for the battle ahead.
I think maybe in another generation we'll probably be the majority with more voting power, and I think things will change drastically.
The sleeping giant has awakened, and it's not going to fall asleep again.
Potentially, we can represent up to 12% of the electorate for the state, which can make or break a race.
Yo soy Latina y yo voto.
Latinos certainly have the numbers and the motivation to reshape American politics, but so too does a virulent strand of anti-immigrant racism. Attack ads condemning migrants were widespread, but I didn't see one extolling the virtues of migration. For a nation founded by migrants, this is curious. America, it seems, loves immigration. It's the immigrants it has a problem with.